Go.
How has rapping affected your day-to-day life, if at all?
Well, I spend about 30 minutes a day writing lyrics, even if they're just stream of consciousness and not that interesting to me, and if I don't plan to use them. And I practice instruments a lot to make beats with. And that's really it. It just takes up a little bit more of my time.
Do you think there's a certain appearance associated with people who rap?
I think there's a certain stereotype in the minds of those that have not entered any underground music scenes. And to those people, I ask, please broaden your horizons.
What is the difference between the type of rapping you do compared to more mainstream forms?
Well, I feel that most mainstream forms of rap simply glorify money and things that people want you to buy, whereas hip-hop is a little bit more poetic, and usually it's a little bit political or existential.
How has your experience varied while you have participated in this kind of activity? Is it mostly positive, mostly negative, or is it mixed?
For the first few years, it was almost entirely negative, and no one supported it. Nobody. And then, all of a sudden, everybody was just like, man, that was so good! And I was like, oh, thank you. And, I don't know, since then it's been pretty much positive completely.
What are the mathematics of sequencing language with the conscious flow of lyrics?
The stream of consciousness that creates words in my brain and possibly other people's, but I can't speak for them, is like a cog moving very slowly, and the arms inside of my brain catch on to the ridges of the millstone, and I just follow them and let it flow naturally. And mathematically speaking, I do think there is some level of Pythagorean theorem involved, the whole 3.14 spiral, because I find myself saying the same things and thinking the same thoughts when I speak them aloud.
Would you consider yourself to be extroverted? Does rap require a certain amount of this quality?
I never considered myself extroverted, but rap has forced me to be extroverted. It's kind of positive. It's a good thing, I guess. Oh, it's getting so warm out here.
In your opinion, is a certain amount of talent required to rap or do open mics successfully?
Well, talent is awesome, but I really, really admire creativity and new faces. And there's always something to be said for the first couple shows of somebody because it's so pure and honest.
How do you connect with the audience?
I yell a lot and talk about things that are relevant. Oh, and I try to make it sound like good to the level of where, like, if I was listening to it, I'd be like, okay, that's cool.
What topics are usually subject in open mic sessions? Do you often connect with them?
Usually I don't. Usually the things that people will shut out if I'm like, what do you want me to freestyle about, are really stereotypical mainstream rap topics. But sometimes I get really cool ones. Like recently at an open mic, they were jellyfish, lucid dreaming, the pineal gland, and there was other ones too. I don't remember. Oh, once I had one that was like a war between the elements of weather. That one was awesome.
So, do you rehearse your material before you perform?
Very, very rarely. Almost my entire set is improvisation every time. I practice the lyrics sometimes. I practice like the keyboard and the synth and the drum machine to a level, but then I wing it on stage and play it by emotion.
So, you incorporate instruments in with your music. Would you say you have a favorite?
I like them all. I like them all, but I play keyboards and drum machines and Vietnamese mouth harps and bass guitars sometimes, but that's for a different project. And another interview, I'm afraid.
If we want to get more information about the glow of streetlights, where would we be able to find it?
http://www.soundcloud.com/theglow of streetlights.
Thank you very much for your interview.